into fucking rolling moslings, you know, roslings.
You just see him rolling along on the ground now, staying in the grass.
Yeah.
That's what even Pesley just said that in the chat. He said, "Are we playing RS6 or what, dude?" Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be sick.
Yo,
So Moses.
we got WTF Moses. What's up, dude?
What up, dude?
What's up, Moses?
What's going on?
Wait, is he on? I don't think he's on Discord.
I swear I saw
He's
Ferret's
only
house
on
too.
Zoom. Yeah.
He's not.
He's
in
not.
Discord.
He's not on the Discord
He's on
channel.
Discord,
It's just
yeah. Let him just
Okay,
pose for a
gotcha.
bit. Don't worry, dudes. What do you think? What do you think about the leaks?
The airdrops. That's high.
Interchange.
The
One on
airdrop.
one.
That's hot.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That's
nuts.
so
dude.
sick. Hey, I want to know something actually. What's going on with VoIP? I'm hearing rumors on it being added and not being added. Is that
Please
a
no.
possibility? Is that something you guys are leaning?
Still questionable because
That's a tough
Well,
choice. You know what I mean?
It
Everyone's
is.
gonna
It
say
is,
because
dude.
of course we can, like, this is a pretty huge amount of work, and we can add this. We can take some time to actually add this properly, like it should, it should be in such kind of games as EFT. But there is, like, I just like saw many streams, many games with VoIP just to get the point, and they usually like play some shit through their VoIP and just roaming around the map. They break the immersion,
Yeah.
and it's like it's not cool. And
But also
I
people
mean,
can abuse it, right? Like
we
people
would
can
hear
make
a
a
lot of hard
soundboard
bass.
on a stream
Yeah.
deck.
That's what he's saying.
They
That's what
can
he's
just
saying.
play
They'll
a
just run
sound
around
as
the
if they're
map and just like
reloading or
play
something.
music and
Exactly,
stupid
like
stuff.
most people turn it off.
yeah, they play like some Nazi marches or something like.
Yeah, they'll do some stupid shit for
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
on
Dumb
streamers. So
And
yeah, I feel that.
it's really hard to actually to control and ban these people, because we will not have any exclamation marks or like the sound, how to say it, icons like this. This person is VoIP, like
Just
like
give us a hotkey to
VoIPing
mute.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
seems
could.
like
Yeah,
it's a definitely there's definitely could be problems with it without a doubt.
yes.
Yeah.
We can make something, like we have an idea to actually how to control it. We can make an intelligent report system. We can do all the stuff, but right now I'm still thinking about, is it needed or not right
It's
now.
good that it's acknowledged though that there is it is a double-edged sword. It's not just a black and white. Look, let's add VoIP. You know, it's
100%.
better. You know what I mean? Like that.
Mhm. You know, people
So I
start
feel that.
to post like, no VoIP, yes we need VoIP, no we don't need VoIP.
The other danger is a lot of games that add VoIP don't do it very securely because they don't want to run the bandwidth through their own server. So they have
Yep.
peer-to-peer VoIP, but then people can run Wireshark, and if they're on the same stream same server as a streamer, they can just start
Get
talking on
IPs.
VoIP and then just Wireshark it and get your IP and DDoS you. So unless you're going to run it through your own server, which is more bandwidth cost to you, and 90% of its usage is going to be trolling and wasted. Like it's
but
I mean, you're
again,
not ever going to use it for your teammates, right? Unless you're in
Exactly.
like a looking for group
Yeah.
thing. You only use it to talk to the enemy team, to troll, to talk shit. You know what I'm saying?
To
Because
troll.
if you use it and you're on your team, I mean, you're going to be giving away positions, right?
Yeah.
like the idea to have any like VoIP functionality in the game is a really good thing for me, but just in terms of radio sets, like the radio sets in the game with the VoIP to actually have like the radio set conversations, it's realistic, and it's like it's possible to actually to transmit audio files through it, kinda, and it will be good to have this kind of VoIP, but through the radio sets. So that kind of feature will definitely be in the game.
You
But
could
the
maybe
voice-
do. You
Yep.
could maybe do a
Like that.
frequency system where you choose a frequency,
Yes, of
and
course.
then record a
yes.
voice command for all the voices in the game to count
Mhm.
from 1 to 10. And if you want to talk to someone who's the other side of a wall, you could be like 2, 1, 5, and you both get your
Yes.
radio and go
Oh,
to channel
yeah.
2 and
Really
5,
good
and then
idea.
you can talk.
That's a really
we
good
have
idea.
already we already recorded that 4 years ago. We have
no
lines
shit.
for sex and beers like channel 4, channel 3,
That's
like
cool.
Oh, no
radio
shit.
silence
That's
and
sick.
stuff.
So wait, how do the
And,
bears say it? Are they
Nice
saying
work,
it in Russian?
bitch.
It is a saying in Russian, of course. You need to learn Russian, Summit. Come
You
on.
gotta
come on.
learn Russian, dude. There you go.
For like the simple things like numbers, like 1, 2, 3 is pretty easy to understand. Like 1, 2, 3. So, but to have the actual like proximity-based voice VoIP in the game will be questionable, will be controversial.
Absolutely.
Possibly it will have a lot of different kind of problems with the.
Sounds like the radio system's the way to go, though. You know what I mean?
Like,
that would be
It
cool.
sounds like he's just something needs to be thought of, like you said, like of control, something of
Mhm.
control. Right?
I don't
It'd be
know.
cool if you could kill a guy in a squad and take his radio and then talk shit to his teammates. Like,
Yeah,
I
if
got
it
your
was
boy. I got your
still on the
thermal. Come get your boy.
frequency.
Yeah, where you at, motherfuckers? I'm getting you. That would actually be fucking cool.
Right.
You just planted a bug, dude.
Yeah.
Something
good.
will have to be made. All right. Yo, you guys on Discord now? Moses? Red?
Hi.
Hey. What's going on?
G'day, g'day. How's it going?
I should be
Shy
here
guy?
as well.
Yeah. You're loud and clear.
Hello, hello.
What's up,
So,
guys?
Pestily, how's Europe?
I love it here. Better internet, full servers.
You know, the thing is that actually, I don't want to say it right now, but I think we will participate in TwitchCon.
Ooh,
Like
nice.
really, really huge. Like it will be
That's awesome.
really
Oh,
huge.
yes.
So you guys, and like, it's not like 100%. There will be some, of course, there will be some news about it, but if it will be huge. We will be like over there. I will be over there, so it will be cool. And we'll
it
be in
true?
Amsterdam.
Dude, the
That
one
you're
in
going to
NA,
drive
right?
over your Lada, right? You're going to be bringing your Lada over, and we're going to go cruising in your Lada.
Who knows? Maybe.
Wait, what the heck are you saying? What is that a car?
California emissions
Yeah,
won't
it's
allow,
Lada, yeah.
dude. You know, they're
Eastern
not gonna have
European,
that.
dude.
We should all cram into one Lada.
Okay, guys. What's more? Like, give me your thoughts. Like,
All right,
were
the
gonna
guys.
talk
What's up?
about
What's going on with doors? I got a question about doors.
doors.
Yeah, I got a question about doors. Okay, when you close a door,
Mm-hmm.
I understand how it closes, like, slowly, because the difference between closing and breaching. But it doesn't bug any of you guys that you close a door and you have to sit there and stare at it for like a second and a half before you can get the option to open it back up. Ever
Yeah.
bug you guys?
There's
Like,
there's a
the
little
other
bit
day,
of
There's a
yesterday,
slight delay, yeah.
Threw a nade into my door, and he shut my door, and I was like, okay, and I was just staring at it like for like 3 seconds, like, okay, I'm ready to open it back up now.
Mm-hmm.
And,
If you open your inventory and close it really fast, it'll reset that cooldown. but it
Ah,
does
come
suck.
on.
I know exactly.
Ah, interesting.
Cotton, you're breaking our server.
Everybody knows that. Come on.
What about the trick where someone told me yesterday? They were like, "Oh, if you inspect your gun and then change your fire mode, nobody hears the click."
No,
And I
it's
was like,
client
"Oh,
side.
okay."
Yep.
I missed
I need to
I missed the
write
one
it
where you
down.
could hold a grenade indoors for instant with keys. Oh, that was
Could we also make it that you can open doors and close doors slowly with less noise?
I was literally going to bring that up. Yeah, be
Why
able
Talking
to
about like modern
door would
warfare,
be nice.
kind of like how you can peek
Like when you're
through,
crouched?
kind of like that.
peek a door. Just what?
I would like to be able to lock the door back.
Yeah.
Ah,
I
you
still
see?
have
I
the
mean,
key.
damn.
Why can't I
How
use
many
it to
how many
relock
level
it?
ones are going to get locked in marked rooms though?
That is hilarious. Get in here.
Oh my god!
Well,
It would be
I
the Daisy moments where your legs are broken, you can't do anything, and some guys troll.
saw a clip on Reddit
You
of
bear
a,
trap me.
a guy snuck into the red room, and then the dude was hiding across the hall. Came over and closed the door on him. He didn't have the key, so he couldnn't get out for 20 minutes in labs. He's just stuck in the room. Oh, he was
Oh,
spamming
that's
the help
hilarious,
sound,
yeah.
and it was just like caught in there. I think that'd be funny because you have the key. You should be able to relock the door.
It would definitely make some interesting balancing things, but
Yeah, like the idea to have like relocking doors. Like I think it's planned actually, and there are more things planned in terms of doors. For example, yes, breach and clear options, the ability to open door in different positions, like something like this, like you're standing near the
Oh,
wall
that'd
and
be
just
nice,
just
yeah.
with that movement,
Mhm.
like so quickly to open doors slowly, to pick. I even had an idea to pick the lock pick, lock
Like the
key.
peephole, the little
Keyhole.
peephole.
Pick
Oh, the
yeah,
keyhole.
keyhole. To pick it like, oh, what's over
See
there?
a
That'd be
barrel.
freaking. That'd be
just see
crazy.
the
That'd be
barrel.
And
Your
yes,
guy
so
busts out like a little
Walk
tiny
in the
camera
room,
that he
like,
puts
"Oh my
through
God,
it.
there's
You
a
know what I
guy
mean?
in there."
and yes, so relocking doors. Also, destroy doors with the weapons like shotguns. The breaching door with
Oh.
shotguns.
What
And,
about the long-awaited sneaky melee kill, dude? Like, grab him from behind,
Yeah.
slit his throat.
yeah, like it's planned. I can say more because I like for the several years we want to edit like quickly, edit sooner, but something happens and we are onto some different kind of tasks, and eventually it will be in the game because we even wrote the design that will like include like many different things in terms of takedowns, like different positions, counter takedowns, and some even mastery with the knife. Different knives will be different animation, will have different animations, and it will be pretty cool. But again, I think we need to complete like the basic stuff that we still need to be completed, like weapon animations and advanced movement, like advanced movement mechanics, like leaning, proning, and stuff. Many other
Vaulting, climbing,
vaulting, climbing. Yes,
Yes,
Throwing
that-
knives.
yeah. I just remembered that the next big feature also will be the overweight effects, and I think they will have the unique animations too. And as I mentioned it on our last Tarkov TV live podcast, we will have like a separate Tarkov TV podcast, and we will show you on the build how the system will work. And it's pretty like game changing too, because the Pestilly will not have an ability to run with the huge backpack jumping through the windows, and so there will be like many different kind of drawbacks and debuffs for you, and you'll
More
actually
punishments.
How am
More
I meant to
punishments.
carry out my
Having
microwave
tons
now,
of stuff.
Nikita?
Microwave.
Alright.
More
Yeah.
realism.
Do you
What
have
do you
actually?
mean?
Do you have that microwave on or?
No, it's gone.
Oh shit, man.
You're gonna get one gasoline can, your bag's gonna be filled, dude. It's over.
So we'll see. I think it will be game changing, not game breaking, but game changing for sure. And also there will be a feature called quick healing that the server service right after like raid end, you will have an ability to quickly heal for like a little amount of money.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
said
nice,
that.
okay.
You said that
And the most
Elvira's gonna have
and
a
the most
clinic.
interesting.
Let's
let
get
me
some
put
food, water on that one, yeah, too, as well. Can I get like a water fountain in my like my?
In the hideout.
Top me off.
And the most interesting part of the system, then you'll be able to see like some kind of not autopsy report. It's like death report, like how you died, like how much
Yeah.
damage you got, the last bullets you got hit and stuff. So it will be like the additional like helping kind of feature.
Could we also maybe expand the death screen? Because as it is now, the kill screen just compiles all your victims. It'd be nice to see a breakdown individually.
I love how you say victims.
Yeah.
Well,
like
what do
that, I
you
like
call
that
them? They're
too.
not exactly
Your
survivors,
prey.
but
What about
be
kill
good to
cams in the
have-
future?
It
What?
would be
Like,
good to
obviously-
have some.
Go on,
Sorry,
sir.
go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, you do
Go
your
ahead.
thing. You do your thing. You.
It would be good to have at the end a feature or an option to see how much damage you did to the PMCs and then to the scabs, because several times you don't know what exactly happened. You
That's
died
what I
by a
was
scab,
saying.
but you
Yeah,
did a
we-
lot
Yeah,
of
the
damage to
individuals.
PMCs, and you have no idea what you did. You know, that would be.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, that's actually planned, I think.
okay, cool.
And the summit wanted to say something.
Oh shoot, I forgot what I said. What did I say? What did I start
You
with?
you brought up kill cams, and I just think
I
when
mean,
it comes to
obviously,
stuff
it has
like
to be when
that,
servers are gone. I mean, when
Yeah,
the
they-
server-
Yeah, you would have to wait till the raid's over because squad.
yeah. So I mean,
just
like
goes
after
to,
raid, like maybe like some video footage, you know, so you can
yeah,
get a
some
fucking
kind of
idea
demo
of what was
system.
going on.
Like the
I know
intelligence
that's
center
I know
raid,
that's a
some tie in
huge
there?
tall order. You know what I mean? I was just
Yeah.
curious if that was an idea later.
Yeah, are we talking like a system that is recording all the inputs that plays it back like CS:GO does it to where it plays it back slightly differently, but it's got all the inputs?
Yeah, it's called a
Yeah,
demo
replay.
system. That
like,
way, it's way
like
less
it's a
information.
replay system. People called it like the kill cam or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd
Maybe
just be nice after the
in the
raid to
future,
see how they kill you. You know?
yeah, maybe in the future there will be such kind of service from from a trader. Like you will have the ability to watch the whole
to order
raid.
video equipment from them, or
Yes,
like order
yes.
like
Peacekeepers
yeah.
drones.
Yeah,
Peacekeepers
yeah.
drones flying
And
around.
you'll be able to
That's
actually
interesting.
see the raid from a point of every
I like it.
every entity, like moving entity in the world. So you will be able to actually record some cool like video.
Okay, yeah, something like a PUBG replay editor.
So we can start doing like machinimas, like drone
Yes.
Yeah.
footage and all that. Yeah, okay, that'd
Okay.
be cool for you.
But again, I think it will be like not soon. But
Not soon.
Not soon,
so
but
don't.
soon,
Yeah.
soon. Yeah.
I said
That's
it.
like-
I said
that's
it
like leisure
first,
items, you know?
not soon.
How do you feel about reserve right now as a balance for loot? It's been interesting watching it since the whole like the explosion of the whole Chad versus Rat thing. It seems like all the action is kind of through on reserve within the first 10 or 15 minutes. Do you think that's something that you guys are monitoring or going to change from a balance perspective?
Actually, we are implementing the heat map technique to actually
Oh,
see how it goes in terms of loot, like engagements and different stuff to actually redesign the flow of gameplay on that map and other maps too. So yes, of course, we gathering information right now, and situation will be balanced. Like the gameplay will be balanced more to have like more fluent gameplay over there, and not only on the reserve but on the other maps too.
So we're going on about that point then. With the dispersion of like the actual fighting, the adding keys to jackets has really helped with a lot of people going around different places of the maps. Is there more dynamic loot going to be planned
Yes.
sometime sooner? Because at the moment that was a really good change, I think, that stopped people just running to specific key spawns. If it was
Yes,
going to
of
go,
course, yeah. The loot will be changed. Actually, you should be ready for a total loot overhaul, especially for like expensive items. So
Yeah.
many like places, points
Have
of
you-
loot will be changed.
have you considered maybe adding more hotspots per map? Because you think like customs, everybody goes to dorms. You know, shoreline, everybody goes
Yes,
to
of
resort.
course.
There's no
The
reason.
customs.
There's no reason to go anywhere.
Yeah. The next thing about like we do locations overhaul. Like interchange is the closest one. The next one will be customs, and we will
Okay.
open the huge piece of like the huge area, new area. It will be another like point of interesting related to Rishala boss. So it will be kind of his like new point, and it will connect, it will connect and build the whole piece between old gas station and the construction.
Yeah.
it will be
Yeah,
like
all
a
that
big-
extra
cool.
construction. Okay.
Exactly.
Will you be able to go up on top of some of those towers a little bit more, or what do you think?
Ladders.
Ladders,
like-
dude. Yeah.
I was going to ask
Yeah,
about ladders.
we need to add ladders first, yes, but again, like there is the huge where the scav sniper is located, like the huge
Yeah, the
and,
big tower.
yeah. But I think if we will have an ability to actually climb over there, we will see like in the imperfection,
Mhm.
overall
Ah, yeah.
Naked
imperfection of
Mosin
surrounding
snipers
areas.
everywhere.
Just make like
foggy, you
fog,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we will see. Well, actually, we want to add this huge piece of location, and it will require pretty like a big time to actually add it. And also, it will not be limited with that because we want to redesign the visuals on that location too. We want to add new lighting. We want to add events like events on reserve. We can, I think we can even add the train extract for the custom too. So the game, like the location will be like renewed in many terms, and we want to actually to have such kind of like updates of all locations every single like more or less big patch.
How far away is the customs change?
Well, it's after interchange, you said. So.
Yeah, so the interchange, like we want to like right now. Actually, we need to make Streets of Tarkov. This is a huge part of the game. This is the most complex and signature location of EFT. This is a EFT. This location is EFT, like literally.
It would be nice to get some proper urban fighting.
Yes, and
yeah.
Right now we are just like drafting this location, making the schemes, the flows, and the points of interest. And the location is huge. It's like no like such games with the way with awaited detailization that we want to achieve. There is no such games, and this is a pretty big and difficult task for us. And right now, the part of the team is working on interchange renewal. So we want to make this location interchange renewal, and then get all of this like workers, like specialists, and get it back to Streets of Tarkov location. And for
you mentioned, Nikita, in the previous podcasts that before we see Streets of Tarkov, you're probably going to be releasing Lighthouse. Is that still correct?
Yes, yes. That's the perfect idea. Like we want to make everything like like in short period of time. But I think we started drafting this location too, because we understand that the Streets of Tarkov will be huge. Most likely, it will be released by parts. It will be like enlarged with updates later, like Shoreline, and this is the idea. And of course, we need to think about like we need to add more location. We want to because like the lighthouse location is a storyline location. It's related to upcoming storyline quests, pretty like strong, and we just need to make it too because we need to with all of the storyline features. Yeah, but it requires a lot of time, and for the first, like we want to make Streets of Tarkov as soon as possible, and we want to renew old maps, and we want to add lighthouse location. So
how many players do you imagine Streets of Tarkov will have at the end when it's fully developed?
If there will be like perfect situation, and we'll be when we will optimize this location perfectly, and we will make something about network optimization. 40 players, I think.
40 players.
Is there any chance it could be 40
Yeah, that's fucking thick,
players?
dude.
What? Because it's huge, and these 30 players could be, how to say, it's like vanish in the maze of the city.
I'm going to ask a question that everyone's thinking. How is the service going to handle that when we're
that's the question, because we see how it goes right now, and in terms of like new updated engine and like Unity 2018 and 2019, it could be possible with the new features, with the new network optimization features. I said 40. I think some of my colleagues are just like unconscious right now.
He's doomed us all.
They will say tomorrow at the meetup, like, "Are you fucking crazy? 40?
They're gonna be.
They were trying to bribe you to not mention 40 on stream, dude. They were like, "Yeah, go with 15, man."
They're gonna wait for you in the parking lot with a baseball bat tomorrow morning.
Yeah, they gave him one job, and they were like, "Listen, just don't mention numbers, okay? Just don't mention numbers in there."
Yes.
I have one more question related to development. Now we know that Tarkov is not a game, as you said before in the previous podcast, Nikita, is not being played by 5,000 or 10,000 players, maybe more than 100,000. have you thought of creating a roadmap, like something like Star Citizen has, a transparent way for everyone to see how the development is going and where we are currently and what's about to come and so on?
Of course, we thought about it, and we even had such kind of roadmap here.
Okay.
And it's like for us the biggest like challenge for the lead team for the strategic like production, we need to make this plan reliable. We actually need to be sure that that plan will be like this in the future, that the points of this plan will be done in an exact I need to drink some- in exact say exact
Coordination.
coordination or progression, yeah. And this is kind of challenging for us because everything is getting changed, especially when we want to like to renew the engine, or we just we saw that like many players want this and we can actually add this. Let's get it from the future plans and move it closer. So it's the first one. The second one, I like the idea, and you know it, to excite people and give us surprises. And we want to have such kind of like concealment, like such kind of uh, mm, like future plans that you will not know, to excite you more and have the surprise effect like stronger. That's the idea. But we can actually we can have such kind of roadmap just to see some basic things that we want to add, like this, for
Exactly,
example,
the
this year.
core
Yeah, the core things. Yeah.
mechanics of the game,
Mhm.
or the core coming features or so. Yeah.
Okay, I
And
will
then
write down.
unrevealed things, you already do this all the time. So I think, but yeah, just to have an overview, a big overview on what's about to come, I think it's not a bad idea.
And have it like on the side or something, like or something like over there, like the roadmap of production. Okay, I see. I noted that.
Are there any plans changed or like anything in regarding like the game?
What
Like
again?
anything regarding the gamma case? Like, is there anything?
Gamma
I
case.
know people talk about that shit.
Mm-hmm. Gamma
As
case,
in,
like
like,
yeah, like it was many discussions about gamma case, and we even thought that we finally do something about them. But for some reason, we just stay in. Like it stays right here, like right now, with the same concept as it was. Like it still has some minor tweaks.
well, I mean,
that
you've made some changes, right? You can't
Yeah.
put the killer helmet in anymore. Like some stuff you
Yeah,
can't go in
but
there.
I don't know. We don't want actually. I don't want to actually drastically change the mechanic because it like
Yeah, I don't think it should be drastically changed either. It's like a
yeah,
core
like
part of the game, you know?
like the game like has its style. It has like even some kind of legacy already. Like we have some principle for the game, and I like the idea to change some basic like moments, core moments in the game again to excite people or make some reactions or like good reactions. But this gamma case them is kind of controversial, and we decided just let it go for now. Like maybe with the next big patch, for example 0.13, with a big wipe, like really big wipe, really not gentle but really big, we will actually have some changes, but it will be like over there at that moment. Right now you can relax and to play as you played with your gamma case, showing items over there like red Ledix and stuff, and be
Gotcha.
yeah
I've
be,
been
be
I've been
relaxed.
looking at the gamma issue and the whole hatchling thing like a little bit differently as of late. Rather than try to like punish or prevent hatchlings from just gamming everything and then having no costs associated with it. I think it almost makes more sense to figure out a way to reward whatever gameplay you guys want, right? Like, let's say PvP. If I go into factory and I kill the 5 other hatchlings that are in there, having some value there that, first of all, isn't like, exploitable if you just go in with 4 of your buddies. But being able to be rewarded for PvP, even if you don't survive, right? Like if you kill all the players and 20 scavs, and then you die on your way out, to some player scav or whatever, you end up losing more than the hatchling that went in there and grabbed a morphine and put it in his gamma, right? So you thought about
That's
rewarding
true, yeah.
players?
Yeah, like the idea to like not to punish but reward is good. It's good. But it's a Russian game. It's a Russian game.
It's supposed to be unforgiving. It sounds like it sounds like doing that would casualize it a little bit.
Just go back.
I personally feel like we need to stop attacking the hatchlings. The economy,
Yeah.
the traders selling limited items. There's attachments on the flea market worth more than the guns they go for. Ammo's through the roof.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the top tier ammo should be found in raid. The traders should not have limited items, and if they do, they should not be allowed to relist on the flea market because it's killing the economy.
Yeah, I think that the next big balance, like game changer thing, could be in terms of what you just described. It will be found only flea market, like found on the flea market.
Yep.
And
an idea, sorry to interrupt, Nikita, is because it's actually in a testing phase, you could just trial that for a period of time.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it permanently. Just say,
Of
hey
course,
guys, for the month of February, we're going to trial just found in raid on Flea Market. And then if it's good and everyone likes it, sweet. If it's not, you can just flick the switch and go back. And then people can just, trial it.
That is the way to go. I've been preaching it for months because that would shut down all the eBayers. They would all go away, like boom. They would actually have to play the game to get money, so it would change. It would
wait, explain that
even
to
it
me.
out.
I don't understand. Like, what do you mean eBayers?
There's so many people who it's their job to bot and script the flea market. They buy out all the hot attachment items for quests. They buy out just everything, relist it for 10 times the money, and people are actually buying this Tarkov currency in real life. It's pretty.
Yeah.
But almost. What I'm saying is basically every time you go to the trader and the ammo's sold out, I'd say how many people are actually using that ammo? Probably nobody. They're buying it to relist it for way more money, and it's not fair to people who actually want these items.
If you were to change the economy from what it is now to found and raid only, would that rapidly deflate the market? Like, would everyone just all the prices would skyrocket? I imagine, right?
Probably. I mean, I'm not saying go that far with it, but at least trader items need to stop being relisted, or maybe just take the limits off traders. That way people aren't forced to buy from the flea market for way more than it's worth.
Like, what everybody gets the same amount of items that they can buy from the dealers every 3 hours. The supply would go up, the price would go down, but it would normalize and be slightly higher than dealer price.
The demand for questing would go up too.
Yeah, people would actually have to play the game and not just cheese the flea market all day.
That's a good idea. I think
right now I don't even need to quest at all. I just flea market everything, right?
It can't hurt to just try it.
I actually prefer the idea where instead of doing find and raid only flea market, it's more everybody gets the same fair shake on the dealers, and the flea market stays the same. So you almost give a dealer status to the items purchased or something along those lines. But I mean, everybody gets the same opportunity. It just doesn't end if you're not there at the right time.
Exactly.
You should prevent the relisting. You mean if you buy
it
from the dealer?
Well, no,
you shouldn't have to
everybody
camp the
could
trader
relisting. I mean, everybody has the same opportunity to buy the same 150 bullets every 3 hours. When you choose to do that is up to you, or if you want to do that, it's up to you. I mean, the relisting will still happen, but the supply would go way up, causing the prices to go down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You would be able to make the choice on whether you buy from vendor or if you just don't want to quest, you just be like, fuck it, I'll pay extra for the flea.
There's sometimes
one idea that I got from the community. Sorry, Cotton, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. It's okay.
I got this idea from the community. One idea is instead of limiting the amount that you can buy from the trader, in my opinion, that should be limited as well. What about the limit that the amount of things that you can put at the flea market per reset or so? Instead of buying 10,000, let's just say 10,000 attachments for a weapon and putting them at the same time at the flea market, what about only putting 5 or 10? You know, they will not make that huge amount of money with that.
So like the trader limit, but we're the traders basically.
You can't list more than like 20 items per reset.
Exactly. Yeah. And this
So what happens if you find like 6 fuel conditioner cans that you want to list up, you know, in the span of 3 hours? You just can't do it. You got to wait.
You sell half of them to therapists and sell the other half on the flea market.
You just wouldn't be able to bulk sell, basically, if that was the case, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any issue with people actually having making when I play EVE Online, all I did was the economy. I never touched the actual combat PvP side. There's people that would love to just play Tarkov and they'll do some raids from time to time, but they want to make $1 billion on the flea market because that's the part of the game they enjoy. Like, look how big my wallet is, kind of thing. So I don't think ruining the opportunity for people to sit there, maybe like someone sitting at work with a laptop open, just selling stuff on the flea market. It's kind of hurting those people that just want to do that side of the game more.
True.
Whereas with like Deadly Slob's idea, it's kind of fair across the board. I don't know.
Okay.
I agree with that 100%.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. There's no perfect solution, I don't think.
Yeah.
I used the flea market to quest. Like that was such a big part of it to me. This is my first wipe, so like the gamma container conversations, like you guys look at it from a different perspective, but for me the gamma container was like critical. I couldn't do half the stuff I did in my first questing run without the gamma container as it is now. Same thing with the flea market. So it's like there's so many different levels to it. It's so complicated.
Yeah. And think about in the future when if in a bright future in the future you're allowed to buy and sell on the flea market either from mobile or if you're like at school or whatever, you're at work, being able to do that kind of all day long, you don't want to limit that in any way either, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting.
Sure.
Okay, I got the idea. We'll try this for sure, I think, really soon. I just want to mention that it seems like the servers are getting overloaded for some reason right now. And I'm really like, I'm so tired of saying sorry about this. But...
You gonna press the fix button or what?
Where's your wrench?
Just build more servers.
Yeah, the fire extinguisher ready.
Quick question, Nikita. If you allow me one question regarding the servers, a bit more technical. When you find out, so let's just say we had the Twitch drops and the Twitch the Escape from Tarkov community increased in like, let's just say 300% or whatever, you know. How much time do you think do you have to analyze the current situation and then supplement the community, let's just say the US community, with some servers or so? How does that technically work? Do you have a team working on that, or
yes,
it's just you looking at it?
No, it's not just like me, you know. If it was just like me, I was like in a, like, how to say it, special hospital for like crazy people. I don't know how to say it, like asylums. Yeah,
Asylum. There you go.
Yeah. And of course we have a different team. Like right now they're working right now, and we have the team of admins. They negotiate with different providers of servers. They get the servers, and usually it not takes much time, but pretty common thing that it's just no servers available for purchase. For example, we have like problematic regions, like low amount of servers, for example in Washington DC, and we need to add them more. And we ask our provider, like, do you have something in Washington DC? And they said, no, like nothing at all. But we have something in New York. Like we have something near it. You can like check it. Okay, we check it and decide like buy it or not, like rent it or not. And usually it goes like this. For example, last 2 weeks we like adding servers constantly, and I think every day we add like from 10 to 20 servers per day. It's a really like good and good amount of servers, because it's not like not just like buy the server and like press the button. You need to install everything over there, like set up the servers and stuff. and usually it goes pretty fast. But sometimes it's just no servers available, and we need to wait, or we need to buy something different, and this is how it works. And also there is a pretty high chance that some hardware will fail. For example, when the Twitch drops just hit, it was like right about the New Year's Eve. Some of the old servers, like the hard drives, like SDDs, SSDs, were burning, like literally burning, and we needed to replace them really fast, like on live during like this huge amount of players, like that huge amount of players. We thought that at that time we thought that was huge, and right now it's like 5 times more already, and it's always rising, and we even, like, for us the weekends is pretty like a real nightmare, and we always waiting, like, for God's sake, let it be the end of the weekends finally. And we have like the graph of concurrent users, and we have.
You muted.
You're muted.
Nikita,
Nikita, you're muted.
Like it's something.
There you go. Yeah.
Something.
There you
internet.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry. And usually right after the weekends, it was like a relief, like online dropped like 30%, because it usually like goes up by 30% than usual working days, and it was dropped like by 30%, and we just like, okay, we have some time to fix the shit of the game, like we have some time. Today literally almost nothing changed in terms of concurrent users. It seems like today is another weekend. And
It's Saturday, man.
Damn, like, of course you can say that, oh, like he's crying again, rent some servers, hire good man or something. It doesn't work this way. Believe me, like the most advanced people are working on that, and I can say you more. Right now, like 70% of issues is not related to us. It's related for third-party services. It's related for third-party services that fails. I think it's related to overall high load on that services. So
yeah,
like it's all connected, and of course it's like the card house or domino pieces, you like shake like a little piece and it started to fall and touch the other pieces, and something is going on the third party services, and something is like reacts on our side in a bad way. For example, right now it is going right now, and all I can say that, yeah, it's not cool. Yes, it's cool for some reason, like the game, like lots of players, like you should be relaxed. No fucking way. It's cool, and it's hard for us to actually control it, but we all need to understand that like we need.
That's why I asked
go
the
for
question. There's a lot of misinformation, and I think it's our duty. I mean, I'm a small streamer, but you guys are out there for like years and years, and it's our duty to somehow educate the community and tell them, hey guys, it's not that easy. You cannot add 500 servers in one day. You guys need to understand that this is a process that takes a lot of time.
Here.
You must be new here. I just got done yelling at Nikita like the other day about servers. To be honest with you,
I mean,
I've been mad to the problem.
Okay. I've been watching chat for hours, thinking they can type something magically get drops. There's nothing you can type, chat. Sorry.
Nothing, right?
It's all propaganda. Don't listen to it.
So yeah, it's even, I don't know why, but right now in the office, I'm sitting in an office and we have some problems with the internet right now. I don't know why, because you pop out and I like listening to you and hear some like strange noises also.
That's not just you. That's everyone.
That's just Discord, isn't it?
Okay.
I was getting that
I
too.
saw.
on
Well,
Discord.
didn't we hear? I thought I heard Cotton like lagging a little bit when he was
Yeah,
talking.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty
It's
sure.
just Discord.
You actually
Yeah,
just
definitely
lags
Discord.
right there. Yep, Discord's lagging.
If it does, just change the region. I would say. On
Just
the
change the
Discord.
servers. Just change the servers. It's
Yeah.
fine. Get
Yeah, there you go. There you go. See, Discord's got it on lock. We just need to change servers. It's so simple.
136,000 viewers.
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's pretty
motherfuckers.
crazy.
When I get the moment, I don't want to interrupt too much. When I get the moment, I have like 3-4 more questions for Nikita. Maybe
You're
twice,
interrupting
like
way
my-
too much. Damn it.
Sorry,
Do it up,
sorry,
man.
sorry.
Do it up,
I'm
man.
joking.
So,
I'm joking. You're
I
good,
like
If
man.
you guys don't have questions, I'm gonna shoot. But go.
No,
ahead,
you got
I'm
good
gonna-
questions. Keep going.
Shoot questions, my friend.
So I want to ask about the suppression effect in Escape from Tarkov. Sometimes it's so off that you're with the back at your with the back at your teammate, and you get the suppression effect. Are you reconsidering having a look at it and make it similar to I don't know, let's just say squad or something like that, where you're like really suppressed when someone is shooting at you and so on, you know, because it's off. It's off.
Maybe, you know, I don't know. Like at first, we just wanted to add something for the suppression effect, and I think initially, like eventually, it will be redesigned. Like many aspects of the game will be redesigned, especially.
Wait, how does it happen in squad? Like, what's it happen when it suppresses in squad?
It's like chromatic aberrations and stuff. Like, you like the squad is like a really good game, and they had a really nice representation of some effects. For example, the suppression effects. I think it's a bit over exaggerated actually.
Okay.
But it looks cool, and you feel like you really getting pinned down by some like enemy fire. We did it like suppression effects in EFT was done just to be there, and that's
okay.
So it will be most likely it will be redesigned. Yeah.
The thing with suppression, guys, is you get the feeling you have the overhand, you have the like the first moment it takes someone down, and because there's a lack of suppression and that stress that combat stress that you're having, you know, the guy simply turns around and kills you like nothing, you know, and maybe a bit more suppression there would cause a bit more panic or stress, something like you see in a real combat.
You need to be more stressed.
Yeah. The heartbeats aren't up enough. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to get them up there. I have a question. Listen, the most annoying sound in the game is the what is it? The gravel sound. Is there any means to like maybe change up some audio noises in the future?
That's the most annoying noise. Have you played Reserve? The most annoying sound is gravel. How about the alarm on Reserve?
I love the alarm.
I get a new type of headset that's like anti-swordings, and I can put it on, and I just can't hear anything for 5 minutes. Like, come on.
Earplugs, dude.
Earplugs.
Oh man.
Okay. Should I shoot the next one?
Shoot, dude.
Shoot up.
Okay. So, you know the modding window, the customization window, and I saw a lot of content creators here, and not only, they're using a lot of those weapons as thumbnails. And my suggestion is, could we have a window where we can highlight that weapon better for thumbnails? Is that possible to do? You know what I mean?
No, actually, we had a task like for half a year to actually have a special button, like some called something like special screenshot.
Something like that.
You can hear? Can you hear?
We can hear.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, like it's a special screenshot button, and you will like have the PNG without
just the
channel.
weapon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just the weapon. So yes, it's planned. Yes.
Please do so. It will help a lot of us creating better thumbnails, because the black of the weapon is so close to the black of the background that you cannot take it out. And it
just
takes
being able to zoom in, zoom out, and change like the lighting, like
maybe just change the background in the modding system as well.
Yes,
that'd be cool.
Servers later screenshot button now, please.
Yeah, exactly. No, of course, servers are important, but maybe it's one.
But them thumbnails, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
the
dope.
next point that I have is regarding Steam audio. when do you see Steam Audio being implemented? Because the latest
Already-
podcast you said
Yeah,
you said
we
in the
already
latest podcast, Nikita, that you just now started talking with Steam about the implementation.
Yes.
Can we have a realistic month or maybe a year or
think-
whatever?
Hour.
year, century. I think we will see some demo of it like next, like this month, like next 30 in the next 30 days, I think.
Okay.
So
Wow.
maybe 2 or 3 weeks we will have some kind of demo of it, because we are working on the Steam Audio. We even got the separate programmer for it, like special, especially for this task only. And we're already talking with the Steam Audio members. Maybe even they're listening us. So hello, people, and it will be really cool to actually have this feature in the game. You will see, like, we will have some kind of demonstration.
You just spoke about hiring new staff, and the last podcast you did bring up that you were looking for certain people to help out with the team that could live in Russia. Is there actually a place that people can go say, "Hey, this is my skill set. I'm happy to move to Russia"?
Not much people want to work and live in Russia, and let's imagine.
Yeah, but you've got 100,000 people here. Then maybe someone's got an ability that you would want, and that would be keen to go to Russia to help out. And get paid for it.
It will be like really cool if somebody will decide to, like, with the knowledge, with the expertise, will decide to actually move to Russia and work here with us. It will be really cool, but it's not much. Like it's like almost like when it comes to actually to move to Russia, it's not an easy decision for many people who didn't live in Russia. And maybe we will open some kind of representative office, or even like a separate studio in Europe or something. I don't know. But right now, maybe, yeah. But right now, we just open for that kind of people. So if you have an expertise and you want to work with us, and you know something in game development, like programming, art production, level design, environmental arts, I don't know, you should write to hr@battlestategames.com, and we will see. Maybe you will fit in, and most importantly, you're ready to move to Russia, because we have some kind of distant like contracts with people all around the world, but the people that we want, like the core production team, must be here, and it's pretty hard for us to actually have such kind of distant production module, because we didn't do it like ever, and we need to actually be in total control. And for me, it will be much simpler to have this person right here in the office. You should understand that. So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Are there any plans to consider a balance pass on thermals?
Yes, when there will be more thermal scopes and thermal goggles, yes, there will be different balancing approaches to actually have them like playable, like not like playable, it's more like balanced. Yes, balanced.
What kind of ideas are in the pipeline?
Like overall vision distance decrease, for example, like adding more noises, like adding more specific noises related for thermal scope generation, like many different things that we can do, but we need to have such a line of these devices.
You touched on batteries last podcast. Could you just make it like you only get like 10 minutes of battery life?
Yeah, of course there will be batteries. Like, it's not 10 minutes in real life.
No, it's not. But there's.
But you need to have balance.
But in Russia, there's some janky old Duracells that from the 60s.
And I can see over a kilometer with the thermal in real life as well. So you're saying that you can't see 200 meters. So, you know.
I think
is it maybe something like a balance where you look at like the cost and the accessibility of the thermals versus the actual function? Because right now you can trade in 10 helixes for a Reaper scope, which is one of the best items in the game. You know, so is it like an accessibility versus function thing for you, or is it a different problem?
I'd like to see the function come down. There's a lot of bush campers now.
I agree.
But the thing is, you can't. I think one of the worst ways of balancing an item in a game is reducing its availability or increasing its price, because there's people out there, many of us have hundreds of millions of rubles.
Exactly.
Like if they made it 10 million rubles, it wouldn't matter to me. I don't care. So you can't ever balance around that. I think something like removing it from the flea market, making it find in raid only. So then when I die with, I don't even use thermal, but let's say I died with a thermal, I can't just go to the flea market, buy another and go. I go, oh God, I'm going to have to go and check that weapons case and check there and make it
That's
a challenge.
really good idea.
Make a massive difference overnight.
Dude, I agree. That's awesome. Yeah.
Or one of the best fixes Battlefield did ever, and just add that you can't see through smoke, and you make smoke more available and also faster deploying.
Man,
you
you're
can
gonna
block
piss
out
off
thermals
those. You're gonna
instant.
piss off all those realism
Hey,
kids.
come on.
My immersion, my realism.
Like what kind of impact would the game have if you just couldn't put thermals on the flea market?
It would.
It would just improve the game.
Yeah, it would
Maybe
honestly.
if they didn't exist, it would improve the game.
If you go look now, Jaeger doesn't sell out of his 500 thermals. People aren't buying it through the traders. They're buying
Because they're twice the price, I think, in some cases.
Would you think thermals are like play a part in exfil camping and how it's increased lately, or you think that's just new players?
That could be a lot of new scared
players.
Yeah,
new players, 100%.
I think if you're
Dear
exfil
fear.
camping, I don't think thermal adds that much of a benefit because you're already in a position of advantage. If
Yeah,
anything, thermals are the anti-extract camper, because if you take a Reap IR into interchange, you're not going to get camped on an extract because you can sweep everything.
Yeah.
So ironically, it's kind of the anti-camper for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you could just change one line of code that says you cannot put thermals on the flea market and just run that for a week and see how much of a difference it makes. I personally would much rather, if my chat says to me, hey, do a thermal run. If I'm like, all right, let's see if we find a thermal today. That's so much more of a cool experience than, okay, I bought it. And people say to me, like, how much is it? I could have a bag full of thermals, 100 runs in a row and die and not care at the current price.
How do we know that thermals are, I'm not saying they're not a problem. It's not like we have kill cams, so it just never occurs to me that I ever get killed by a thermal. I never used one.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We don't have the data,
That
right?
seems completely irrelevant to me, but I might be
I used the
completely out of the loop.
T7 all weekend, and I'm convinced it's the most powerful item in the game.
Outrageous.
Hands
T7,
down.
the T7 is
You need
sick.
to see
Yeah.
you with the
Unbelievable. Reaper 2. Unbelievable.
The way, like the way I see it.
Yeah, but
people,
the
like,
helmet makes more sense.
suppressors
Though,
are already
'cause
quite.
it's- Keep going. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, suppressors are already quiet enough, and then add that to distance with a thermal. You're not promoting any PvP. You're promoting confusion. You know, it's just
and
too.
the way I see it, if the next wipe is like 4 months away, 4 months from now, everyone will have enough money, or the majority of people have enough money to run Reap IR all day. So gameplay is literally going to be people looking at white pixels across the map and plinking at them.
It
All of a
changes the way you
sudden,
play, 100%.
it removes all the foundational skills of FPS gameplay. You can't flank, you can't reposition, you can't ambush, you can't be stealthy. There's no counter. It just basically.
I like the helmet more than the sight itself, just because it's more expensive. You know what I mean? If you're gonna fucking try to kill me with a thermal, at least if I kill your ass, I get a big ticket item out of it. If I get a Reap, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Does
So-
that mean that the Reap's value is not placed correctly then? Because if you don't care about the Reaper, it's like, well, you know what I mean? Because that's
It's
still really
200K.
powerful.
At this
It's still
stage,
really
yeah,
good.
no, I
It's
agree.
nothing.
So
Yeah,
the,
200K is
your idea is that the thermals is pretty easy to get. Yes.
Yes.
Especially
And the
with
money is not a very good,
They're too cheap.
obstacle
Balance.
to get it. Yeah.
money is no balance to anything in Tarkov.
Yeah. Because there's
So
always
yeah.
going to be people that are going to be super rich, and we'll always have a workaround for super high prices, both on the flea market and the barters. So
Go buy thermals.
Find and raid.
If they were removed from the flea market,
Dude, imagine how many people are actually stacking up on thermals right now. Like, oh,
Yeah,
jeez,
They are.
Like, if it's find and raid only, how does that look like 3 months down the line when there's like one guy with like 100 of them?
how would he get the 100?
He would
buy
have
100
if you
now,
can't
he's
sell them.
gonna be
Yeah.
I mean, Willers could get it. He's got 1 billion rubles. He can get 100 of them.
Well, right now they're not that difficult to find, right?
Yeah.
So
got a
like
billion?
Kibba's got lots of really reserve sitting outside in the open, rare loot attachment spawns. They're actually if you know where to find them, they're not that hard to find. So that would have to be changed too.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe
Okay.
crafting them in some way. I don't know.
Someone this way.
It's a tough one.
Reaper IRs are already sold out now.
Listen,
Maybe-
dude, just
good
fucking
job.
just implement bags of ice and let me strap it to my shoulders and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Don't
another
want-
way-
Did you just buy out all the Reap IRs, dude? Are you
No, I didn't. Someone else did.
Wrap
You
it
can
up in
fire
tinfoil.
extinguisher, you can spray yourself down with a fire extinguisher every 5 minutes. You know what
Are they
What
actually?
What if we use the durability value of the item? So the more you use it, the durability goes down quite rapidly, and proportional to
That's
the current
interesting.
durability of the weapon, it becomes a more staticky screen. Maybe there's more noise on there. Maybe it gets darker, and then make it really expensive to refresh. So if you use it all of a raid for 45 minutes, and towards the end of the raid it's getting staticky and bad, when you get out the raid, you right click it, repair. It's 1,000,000 rubles to repair it 'cause it's a very delicate piece of machinery. All of a sudden, people will be like, "Oh, I'm not going to spend 1,000,000 rubles looking through this all day." And it might encourage them to actually use their eyes a bit and just use the thermal to identify if they saw something. There's loads of different mechanics that could fix it, and those kind of things don't sound like they would take it's going to take a month of manpower and coding to fix that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Until you kill the squad and you're so stoked they all have thermals and they're all janky dead battery thermals that cost money.
We gotta cobble them together to make one good one. Just like, oh my god.
You go to repair and
Wouldn't
put
that
them on
be
the
cool,
flea
then?
market and it costs more than you sell them for.
I would rather kill 4 dudes and get 1 usable thermal if all 4 of them had thermals in the first place. I think that's a much kinder meta, and especially to newer players. Like, newer players are already at a disadvantage because they have less experience, they have less gear, worse ammo, worse armor, worse helmets, less visors, less grenades, less meds. Those things can be overcome with skill, right? If I'm shooting someone and miss and they shoot back with worse ammo but headshot me, they win. That's cool. What does a newer player have that counts as a thermal? They're just a white dot in a building and there's a sweaty squad going, there's a guy in that building and he's dead for free.
But you just explained Tarkov, because Tarkov's the opposite to every other game. The first time you play Tarkov, it's the hardest time you're ever going to play Tarkov. And
But
the more you play
can you
it-
outshoot someone that has better ammo than you? Yes. Can you face tap someone in a fort? Yes. What can you do against a guy with a thermal that can see you coming from 200 meters? You can't flank him. You can't
You're
ambush
right.
him.
Sacco's
There's no
absolutely
counter.
right, yeah.
There's no
mean,
skill to counter it. You
There
can
is
outshoot
skill.
someone with a better
You
gun.
can-
You can, you know.
You can outmaneuver, outskill someone with a
Yeah, I'm
thumb.
not. I
have
agree.
to-
I do
It's
it every
really
day.
hard to
Dodge.
flank and reposition though when they're watching you, with that thermal.
Here's the argument I have for this. Whenever someone says you can outplay thermal, who wins? You or thermal you in a 1v1? Thermal you wins every
True.
time. So don't worry about, I can outplay
on woods, and I stopped using thermals after that, and I felt like useless. I'm like, oh
Exactly,
my god,
right?
I can't do anything.
If ever you think about balance, who would win, you or you with the thing you're trying to balance? And thermal me is going to beat me every time.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to look at it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Just my 2 cents.
Related to scopes, there's been a ton of resurgence of this whole thing coming up recently, and I had a few ideas for when it comes to like zeroing and stuff, because there's issues with the fact that we don't know ranges, so zeroing is a little bit ambiguous, but that coupled with the fact that different bullets have different velocities, and every rifle is actually technically zeroed to a very specific one of the rounds. Like, for the VSS, for example, it's SP5, which not that many people actually use these days anymore. I'm just wondering if, like, it all comes down to having that number there, the 50 or the 100 or the 150. To me, it makes more sense to get rid of the number and just have it be clicks so that you can just go into your hideout or whatever and shoot. Is it low? Do a click. Shoot. Is it low? Do a click until it matches up. And then you are basically setting the zero for your gun and your scope. And then you guys don't have to worry about making it work for all the different resolutions and FOVs and eye reliefs. And, you might have a magazine with half SP6 and half SP5 and half of something else, right? So it's like,
Yeah, but like
I don't know.
you're also describing a problem very unique to the VSS and the Val, because every other caliber in the game, there's hardly any drop. 308, 556, those things haul ass. I mean, but yeah, the Val
the
is
higher,
definitely
the higher the
there.
muzzle velocity, the less it matters, right?
Exactly.
But it also is only at ranges under 100 meters. If you zero gun it in real life to 100 meters, you hit the same point at 300 on most guns.
So that's because you zero. In reality, you zero
right.
to the chamber and round and everything you're firing.
Well, the bullet's still coming up on the upwards trajectory at 100 usually, and then at 300 meters, it's actually coming on the down trajectory. So you could hit a target from 0 to 300 perfectly on point of aim. Whereas in Tarkov, you shoot a target at 300 meters, you're aiming like, if you don't change to 0 at all, you're aiming like a meter or two above their head, which is an absolute head fuck for anyone who's actually ex-military or still serving.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I think, I mean, I agree with you that it's less of a problem. It's less of a problem with some of the other like rifle calibers, but I mean, it's really difficult to try to explain, especially to new players, when I have a rifle, at that's zeroed at 100, and I shoot somebody that's at 100, and the bullet goes way too low or way too high. How do you explain that it's because of a combination of the eye relief plus the FOV plus you were using this bullet that has a different trajectory, right? So like if it's zeroed at 100 meters and somebody was exactly at 100 meters, it should hit the middle of the target, right? Otherwise, then what's the point of even having zeroing at all, or any of those little notches, or the little, the 1.8 meter, 1.7 meter thing on the
PSO.
The PSOs.
The PSOs.
Yes, the chevrons.
The chevron.
You know that we can add another simplification. We can zero the scope like for the round you have in the chamber, but it will be not like realistic at all because it will be a simplification that this needs to be like understood by yourself. And yes,
would it change as you were shooting though?
I think that some of this is what gives Tarkov the mystique, figuring out all this, heavy real.
Yeah.
Yes,
but that's not realism. That's like, in my opinion, that
you're also bringing in like field of view bugs and stuff. You're not going to want to recalibrate how the game actually is just based on a bug. Let them fix the bug first, then maybe.
So like to have like in real life, of course, the zeroing and the radicals of scopes are like designed and like produced for the specific round, for the specific caliber mostly. And if you know what that like ACOG, this particular ACOG was done for 5.56 standard like issued ammunition. So you can use this ammunition and have the perfect like conditions. You can shoot like use the reticle like without any zeroing. Actually, you just can shoot with the help of a reticle, and that's why like it will never be as simple as casual player like wants. It will be like in real life. For example, like even if you have your weapon zeroed by 100 meters and you shoot like the target on the 50 meters, the bullet will go like a little bit higher because like the ballistics, like the bullet goes higher and then drops to like 100 zeroed like position. And this all needs to be like guessed, and to have some magic button that will zero your rifle like, and you will be sure that okay, I'm shooting 100 meters with this ammunition and I will get 100% target hit. It's not like realistic, I think. So yes, we just like today we just like work it on the whole like them of optics, collimated sights and calibrations and zeroing, and there is some issues uh, like different kind of mistakes even with the weapon, like the scope shaders and stuff, and that needs to be fixed. And overall the game has like like changed ballistics. We have a really increased bullet drop, like it's much higher than in real life, just for the like gameplay purposes. And eventually it all will be changed. So the ballistics, the advanced ballistics that we call that module, will fix all the issues, and we will try to have as much realistic approach as possible. But again, there will be no some magic buttons to zero your weapon and be sure that you will hit
I mean,
like
how
a
often
target.
do you shooting people, 300 meters away, right? Like, is it
Like
happening a lot to you guys? Because it's like if you're expecting 100, well, I mean, if you're 100 to 300 and it's 100% accurate, like how much? There's not so many opportunities for you need to even drop your weapon at all, or even drop a bullet at all at that. Because it's not, you're not seeing people that far all the freaking time.
Yeah, usually it's foggy. There's trees, something.
I would say like 9 times out of 10, it's within 100 meters. Like
Yeah.
for most people.
Yeah. So if you're going for like super realism, dude, you're almost like dumbing it down a little bit, making it easy, right?
That's
you're
what
like
that's
what Pestilence
that's why
said, like
who's
you're zeroed at
arguing
100,
make
you're
it
fucking
easy, though?
popping fulls at 3, isn't that?
That's why I was against the idea. It feels like we're casualizing a little bit, but
How though? I feel like maybe it might have been confused because what I'm saying actually involved players going out and needing to set up their equipment and figure it out for themselves. Now today, there's literally like there's no rangefinder, so you just shoot and then the number is 50 or 100, right? It number's meaningless because it doesn't actually mean the distance. So if you should be able to choose your gun, be able to choose the bullet and set that up. Like imagine if you
need to have a rangefinder. You're right. You need to like to have rangefinder or to perfectly guess the ranges in the game. You can do it too, actually. With the like PSO reticle, you can actually like understand and get this distance to a target. But the game will have rangefinders, and there will be scopes with rangefinders. And this is like the real life, the actual target acquisition and targeting like principles, like in real life. It's not an easy task to actually snipe and have like the perfect understanding how the bullet will go. You need to be experienced sniper for like or marksman, and we can give all the instruments to a player to level up in that direction, like to have this advantage. But again, we do not want to casualize this thing. So we will add more tools, more like practical principles and more realistic thingies that will make like sniper or target acquisition more like easy for you if you know the drill. And that's the idea.
You were talking before about heat maps on reserve. So I guess on the data side, if you do you collect or monitor like how many people died certain types of ammo versus what kind of equipment they're using, the distance, is that something that you guys actively look at?
Right now, it's more about where people usually die, where they spawn, where they get loot. Like it's overall like the gameplay flow, like the routes which players take. So it's more like the basic information. So later it could be upgraded with the features like with different things like what like more detailed information. But right now it's more like about basic information, just to understand the choking points of locations and like where's like for example, it's still like many places in on locations with high tier loot that I didn't saw any tutorial about them. Like I don't know, people trying to conceal the secrets, or they just like
okay, who knows?
Yes. So there is places with high tier loot like really concealed. For example, there is like Easter egg stash barrel on the ceiling, and I didn't saw any of the screenshots. I saw screenshots of like the chair upside down on the ceiling, And I didn't saw that I actually placed the blue barrel stash onto a ceiling, like, and
I can barely find the ones in the grass.
Yeah.
You mean a lot of people looking at ceilings for the next couple
Yeah,
of days?
right.
boys?
Like, wait a minute, this is different.
Also, the customs map has 4 or 5 toilets in really strange places.
Oh no shit!
Okay, you want to talk about
looking for
strange toilets, dude? You know Shoreline?
Really strange places.
You know fucking
And-
Shoreline? You know the fucking lighthouse extract or whatever on the pier where the boat is? There's a fucking room in there, and it has 2 toilets
Double.
facing each other.
Yeah,
it's great.
way.
And it has 2 fucking toilets
nuts to nuts
facing each
dude,
other,
they do it-
but
they
they're
do
like
it different
5
in
feet
some
apart.
places.
You know, they're like 5 feet apart, so you can like, eyeball each other, but like there's no touching.
They are not 5 feet apart. They're
Why?
like
What's
half
the
a
problem
foot
with
apart.
that? Okay,
You are
it doesn't matter,
He
though.
had
Okay,
it
they're-
laid out in his house. You know,
Yeah.
It's just more. It's
Completely
just
normal
more
to have
efficient.
Side by side toilets, face to face toilet time, man. Why?
But Nikita, you're saying those custom toilets are
Do we have to,
they
like-
there for a reason or
Just for the memes, just for
I
looks.
see,
Oh,
I see.
I thought you meant we had to
That's
like
where all
fish,
the thermals
fish
are
a
gonna
key
be
card
now.
out
That's
of
where
them.
you're gonna
Yeah.
find all
There's
the
gonna be
thermals.
it's a future quest. It's if you go take a crap on every toilet, man.
All right, boys, toilet runs. Let's go.
That's actually how you unlock the drops. You got to go to all the toilets to get your drops. So
There you go.
You got to drop to drop.
That's going to be a Jaeger quest, like kill 4 PMCs shitting on a toilet.
Oh my god, dude.
Don't say it. They'll do
Man.
it. Don't say it. They'll do it.
Flashbanged.
Okay, guys, I need to take a short break if you don't mind. Okay,
Do your thing.
like
Sure.
2 minutes. Toilet thing.
He's going to
Yeah.
toilet right now with one of his friends. and-
Yeah, well, they're gonna look at him.
Oh my god, they found my room.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
go ahead, dude.
Yeah, imagine
that's
being
the-
like done.
Gotta
You're like,
hang out on that second toilet, man.
I mean, do you get
That's-
up before your friend, or do you like to wait till he's done and like hit a little fist bump? All right, let's go.
I see.
Good work in there. All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah, let's get back to it.
He's like, good shit, bro. Come on.
Good shit, bro.
Fist bump. Yeah, good.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Where's USEC
Streets of
3 with
Tarkov
them?
is
Nice
delayed
work,
because
bitch.
everyone's sick now.
I do want them to let us
What do
get
you want,
into
Mr.
porta
Train?
potties in this game. I think that's a
I
missed
know.
opportunity. When you see
I
a
have wanted
porta
that
potty, you
so
can't-
many times.
Yeah, because you could do it even in Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, it's like with the door open, it'll have like a certain color on it, and then when it's closed with somebody in it, it'll have like a different color on the lock, so you'll know someone's fucking in that bitch. Ah, dude, so cool.
Do we know fair if we have some more leaks? Because I see a lot of questions.
No, that's it, dude. I mean, I
don't
can
think
show
so.
it again, but yeah, I think you guys saw
Yeah.
it. What do you guys think about that? Like the
shotgun
fucking
shells are
drops,
posted on factory
For a
as well.
shotgun or
Oh,
the
yeah.
airdrops are going to be lit.
dude. The airdrops, man, it's a game changer.
Those
The
gonna be
airdrops
so
is a game
fucking
changer.
Should have made
Yeah.
the crates red.
If they make
Little
that
jab.
Should've
random
made-
on the map, it's going to make people actually roam around. It's going to be so good.
Yeah,
Imagine
exactly.
just
That's
squads
like the whole
roaming
goal,
around
right?
like
is
the edge of shoreline, just like looking for
I
an
think
airdrop.
like
That's going to be so
the
much cooler.
maps not being fully utilized is like the biggest problem.
Yeah,
on
for
EFT.
sure.
Yeah.
It's
Indeed,
like-
indeed.
Or even adding value to maps like woods. There's no reason to go there unless you have a quest. So
Fuck, I hate that
Or a
place.
thermal
One of the-
scope.
I
One
know.
of the best things they did
I
was
just
that
want, like,
Woods is
more
good,
stuff.
man.
interchange.
Woods is
Wait,
the
what
best
did?
one, guys.
What did
Woods
you
is
say?
the best.
Adding the stashes around the side,
Oh,
like
dude.
Oh,
just
yeah.
discovering that made it so much
Shooter
more
Born
fun.
Shooter Born in Heaven is now actually possible
Yep,
now on
exactly.
that map without
Mhm.
exfil camping one
Because the
place
caches.
because
Yep.
So wait, what is that quest? Is that like headshots at 100 meters or some shit?
Yeah.
Or what is
Yeah.
it?
yeah.
Shooter Born in
There's
Heaven.
like 2 places
Dude,
on the
the
map.
cash runs have been a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. So you get into a lot of random ass fights out there, which is, it's like DayZ kind of feel, like
Yeah, yeah.
running into a random squad in the forest.
It's
Tripping
changed
over
the whole
players at
pace.
the bus terminal on customs every time. Just like, oh my god, there's 4 people in this bush trying to find me.
yeah. I still think, for the love of God, interchange needs more than 2 exits. I'm just saying.
Oh, there's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be-
they
they
are.
said
Yeah.
Like,
there's gonna be an alarm on Kibba that'll bring kill.
yeah, I
to
mean,
you,
they
that'll
said that
spawn.
before. We've been waiting. It's planned.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to hear some
I
shit?
want to know what the games are like. I want to
That's
play
some
the video
shit.
games.
Yeah,
really.
really.
I just ran to the store really quick to get a soda. It's right down at the end of my street. And I turned on the radio in my car, and you won't believe what they were talking about. I can't make this shit up.
Lord.
Alarms
Tarkov.
on
They were, talk-
Russian people shitting
they were talking about Escape from Tarkov.
Oh,
Wow.
Local-
shit.
Local radio
channel was
station
this?
was. It's
They
local.
were
It's just
using-
outside of Tampa, 99.9 WXJB.
They were using USEC 3 voice.
What is your
Do
fucking
this.
problem?
Yeah, why didn't you call in? Missed opportunity.
Who is USEC 3, by the way?
41.
41.
I didn't know.
He didn't make the train though.
Hit him.
No.
Give him some.
Give him
41.
some
Come on,
lines.
give
Give him
him
some lines.
Hit him with one.
Goddamn Ruskies!
There you go.
Can we get a nice work, bitch, just one time?
Nice work, bitch.
Nice work, bitch.
Nice.
Love it.
Stabbing.
It's so hard to like after all this time. Like I recorded this shit over a year ago, and like trying to like people ask me every day, all day, say this,
It'll
say
never-
that. I'm like,
yeah.
and I try to do it, and I can't sound like him anymore.
That's your
'Cause
claim to
here's-
fame, man.
Here's the weirdest thing
'cause it's been
about
so
you
long.
about you recording those lines. It's running duos with you because I use the USEC 3 voice. So when I say shit, or when you say something, or your character in game says something, it's all you. I don't know which one's actually you.
He's got his camera off on his stream, and I want to know how many new players.
Oh my god.
That would be so There's some weird
like-
voice lines. Like,
they're
what's
like,
going on?
Why does this guy never talk? All I hear is his in-game character voice. What the
man,
heck?
that would be so fucking funny to troll people with new voice lines. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
VoIP.
Yeah, you know how he's got sometimes if you hit negative, he'll say "fuck off." I had I was playing with my buddy Coil, and he was like he never mutes his mic, so he's always talking to his fucking chat when we're in a raid together. And he's reading a sub and he goes, I wonder if it's weird for 41 to hear his own voice in the game. And I did the negative, and it was a perfect fuck off. Like it was
There you go.
it was just perfect. And he thought it was me because I was standing right next to him in the game, and he thought I said that. It was, I don't know, it's weird, man. I never thought I'd be in a fucking video game, let alone one that's like one of the most popular games in the fucking world right now. Like,
Yeah.
let's not pretend it's not. How many games have 100,000 concurrent players right now? You know,
Not very many. I think that's an interesting note too. Is a lot of developers for a game that they want to keep alive that has like an online presence. You hold like 20, 30,000 players. That's successful. Like that's
Yeah.
a really good player
Yep.
base that can
Like
that can
Sandstorm.
make a game thrive. Yeah.
30K some concurrent users for us was a huge success. 30K. So
2 years.
it's enough. Actually, it's enough for us. But right now, it's right now it's 110K.
Jesus Christ, that's insane.
At this
That's
very
a lot
moment,
of K.
110K.
On
Yes.
like an afternoon on a Monday.
Yeah,
but-
but not even out in the United States yet. Wow.
But right now is the server's getting hit, and it was 145K when it started to fall.
Wow.
That's hot for a Monday morning.
Yes,
it's probably
that's
people.
like
it's
the
probably
main
people
movement.
thinking.
Everyone for the
Well,
issues
no,
on
Yes,
the servers.
yes,
It's probably the drops. People probably think they
Yes,
have to
yes,
be
yes.
logged
Like,
in, but you
yeah,
don't.
we're investigating it, and people saying that the situation was kind of like everybody was logging into a game to get this compensation, 1 million
Yeah.
rumbles, and the drops and everything was starting like to fail. But again, like it's not an excuse actually, but people are trying to figure out what's going on right now. Even it's 10:33 p.m.
Wow.
It's okay. I just want to finally find the reasons and finally have this everything stable.
Find a
And
solution.
it will be huge. It will be when this will happen, when we will have actually 1 week of pure stable work. We will give you not compensation. We will give you something special, I think. But right after this, the game will, I think, broke again because everybody will start to withdraw their goods. Okay. So
said-
guys, yeah.
You said like in a week you think it will be almost 100% stable. Is that
Yep.
just because you're just bringing online more servers, or have you got some kind of fundamental change pending that will simultaneously fix something different?
It's like more servers, of course, and it's changes in servers infrastructure. So
Right.
it's how to say fail safe things.
Okay, so like resilience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some contingency servers. Okay.
So the thing is that the overall infrastructure, I think it could be better. It could be more like professional. But again, we are like, I remember that at the end of the December, we are talking about, okay, if it will be like 30K, it will be pretty huge, but we will like hold it. I think we will hold it. Yeah, 30K, 30K, like, and it was like it went like really different, and like, what can I say more? So I think it's almost 3 hours, and I think in the next 15 minutes we should. I think.
Yeah, we can call
Wrap
it.
her up.
Yeah, because like I'm
good.
starting to like to get
It's like
delusional.
midnight for you, isn't it?
Like, yeah, it's 22:45.
11?
It's
Yeah, okay.
10:35 p.m.
Jesus.
Like
Yep.
almost.
I would
11.
add two more small questions, if you allow me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go for the first one. Are you happy with the status of the blunt damage? Will it be retweaked or increased or nerfed, or is it in a good state?
I think it's like it's in a good state right now, because it was worse, and I think the perfect condition of almost every feature in EFT is a little bit of whining, like the feature that goes like there. It's interesting, it's punishing, but not so much, and this is a perfect condition. And I think right now, when the blunt damage was bad, like it was like really like bad, and everybody was talking about it. And at the moment, we did some tweaks, and nobody is talking about it. That means that yeah, it could
You
be
did
changed.
good.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
You're changing the
changed
bleed
the
system.
hatchling.
No
soon,
one's
right?
bitching, winning.
What?
You changed the
When
hatchling system. Yeah.
When the new bleed system comes in, won't that supplement the blunt damage anyway? Because you'll mostly be bleeding their arms and legs if they've got good armor.
I think so. Yes. So the idea to have two types of bleedings. It's not like arterial or another one. It's more like heavy bleeding and like average bleeding or something. So you will not be able to patch your bleeding with like bandages. Heavy bleeding. You will need to use Celox thing,
Okay.
like this Celox. I don't know.
Syringe with the sponge.
Like the specific medication stuff to stop your bleeding. And yes, we will add. I think like we will have like torso bleedings, and then you will need to fix with the specific like meds. Again, we will like
Doctor
continue.
disrespects in for some shit then.
Yeah, we will add more realistic things, but for some like level, we will not go like really detailed and like I don't know, like really overwhelmed with detail that the game actually will not need, and we will keep it playable. Like for the reason to have good experience, to have the game playable and realistic at the same moment. But of course, the game have different approaches, and many of that approaches are not realistic enough, and it was done intentionally just to have the game playable and enjoyable, at least somehow. And it's not like I like to say it's not fun to play EFT. You should forget about fun and stuff. But it's like it's a back scratcher, yeah, and it's really nice to see, to watch that reaction, that excitement. Even what the good thing for me personally, like if you can have a really nice, good, and action-packed raid, but you can die, and still you will have some kind of enjoyment and even like uh, satisfaction, even if you died. So that's a good thing, and the different details in terms of realism, they add more variety in your tactics and your like in your behavior, and it makes the game feel more real overall. And but it must stay playable as much as possible. So this is it.
Okay. I have a question. Have you ever thought about the idea of allowing us to still have access to our inventory while we're
You cut off the.
You broke off
Oh,
at the
I'm
end.
sorry. Did I say cut off at the end? In queue. Apologies. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're in queue for like a game, being able to access your inventory,
Yeah.
be able to do whatever the F you need to do, like for hideout. You know what I mean? While
Yeah,
you're in
yeah,
queue.
yeah. We actually
Good
actively
idea.
thinking about it, especially when the queue times were high, and they could be high still from time to time. And yes, but it leads to different kind of technical problems that when you start queuing, your profile is getting placed on a queue, and it's kind of fixed, like not fixed, like kind of static, like it just
A snapshot.
got it, yeah, captured account. And if you will change things during the matching process, it kind of breaks this rule, because we need to like send it again and again and again with all of the changes. But there are options that we can take, and they will change the situation. So eventually, I think by the on the release, maybe before it, we will have this thing like you pressed matching, and it's like a status in the corner of your screen.
Oh, so yeah, you'll still be like at the
CS.
nothing will
It's
really
like
change. Yeah,
CS:GO,
like won't.
CS:GO matchmaking. Yeah, and
Gotcha,
you'll able
gotcha.
to
Hell yeah.
do things. Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
it will be like pretty convenient thing actually to have in a
Yeah, it will
game.
be.
So yeah, we will think about it more.
Fuck yeah, that sounds cool.
Jeff, you got clothing unlocks coming up, Nikita. Is there any opportunity how you've got the kill killer 100 times that you could actually lock some clothing instead of by level, but by about like either amount of PMC kills? So someone could get a really cool shirt or something for killing 1,000 PMCs, or just having like other kind of achievements that
I know
long-term ones.
level up, but they could go do something cool like farm PMCs or scavs or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
I know that you like the idea to grind a lot.
I like grind.
kill
I like grind.
Yeah, but it's all like limited right now by the amount of available actual modeled clothing. So we we have a lot of clothing. They're not in the game right now, but it could be implemented in the game with such tasks. So some of the like shirt could be obtained by completing the quest, like kill many PMCs. And so yes,
backwards baseball caps? Question mark.
Yes.
Like in the artwork for the game when you load up the game.
That's cool.
You know how like
Yeah,
you turn off the visor, you turn on the cap, and it goes backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, do you guys keep stats for like scab bosses on like kill death, like how many motherfuckers killed versus how much he's lost or sorry, how many he's died or anything? You guys even keep
Oh, like
stats
Halo
for that?
does? Yeah, that'd be cool.
Actually, we had a lot of different cool stats from for infographical kind of things, like how many tushonkas were like consumed. And right now we switched off almost everything in terms of server stabilization.
Gotcha, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's also about the raid times. Raid times were decreased for that moment, and as you mentioned, the woods, I think they are 35 minutes already. So we're slowly starting to get up the timers.
Perfect.
Yeah, I noticed interchange is like back to 40 minutes or something, right?
45.
Yeah, Woods was the one that was most painful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought interchange was pretty freaking painful. At 40, I was dying.
What are the chances we get the other two corners as extract?
Yes, I mentioned it that the interchange rework will be with the 3 new PMC extracts. 3 new.
3. Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Will there be any?
even,
Yeah,
even, even
much
So there'll
more,
be
needed.
6 total. Should be 6 total, right?
yeah, it's just to ease the problem with the extract
Exit
camp.
campers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How does the drops
Helicopter on the
work
roof.
Well,
Hmm?
I was about to talk about that. How does the drop works with the no fly zone? Sorry, not drops. Drops. The airdrops.
Airdrops,
Yeah,
yeah.
drops.
I was saying actually about how it work, or what is the question?
I
So
think
with
he
the
meant
airdrops,
are there going to be
airdrop-
random ones too?
So
Yeah,
let
yeah,
me rephrase the whole question.
Yeah.
What you've released the pictures of the airdrops,
Yeah.
and are they going to be like when the game spawn opens up?
Slots.
There is a static parachute drop already in the map somewhere that you have to find, or is it going to be middle of the raid? All of a sudden, you're just going to see something fly from the sky, like down into the ground.
It's planned 3 types of airdrop like interaction. First one, it will be static airdrops like in different places with the chance of spawn. It will be like the simple solution. It will be just like stashes, but they will have a chance of actual appearance. The second one will be randomized airdrops like from the sky. They will be dropped from the sky in different places, different places of the location at random times. And the third one, you will have the ability to use the flare pistol and call the airdrop.
Oh,
That's
kind
gonna be
of
so
loot are we
incredible when you
talking
catch
about,
someone
though?
doing that. Oh,
good loot, right? Good loot, tier 1 loot inside them, right?
Yes, mostly soap, toilet paper,
Yeah.
Vaseline.
bandages.
Vaseline.
Yeah. 13
Guys,
rounds
yeah,
of
but
everything else.
Croutons, gotta have some croutons in there.
Croutons for
PRS
sure.
ammo.
Nikita,
works. PRS ammo.
from what's about to come, what are you like the most excited about from all the features, all the maps? Is there something that you could tease the community a bit?
For me, as I said before, the most exciting feature to
radars,
come. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're good.
The most exciting feature for me is the upcoming feature is customizable rigs with all the pouches, with all the equipment, with all the like ammo changes, or armor changes and stuff. For me, it's a really hard to do and challenging task, and I like the implementation, the design that I created for it. So it's like the personal like goal for me to actually have this feature in the game. Also, I are really waiting for all the troubleshooting and malfunction system, like jams, misfires, and stuff. With the like, this will be the game changer. It will provide you so much emotions. Like, actually, it will be like it will be really interesting to see how it will change the pace of the firefights when you have this kind of like troubles with your rifles, jams, yeah, and like hard jams, even like many different stuff, and overheating also. And it will be pretty cool. It will give more like realistic thing into a game. Also, one of my favorite parts of the game that I like wanted to do is storyline quests, because for me it's another goal that I want to achieve is to make full scale quests, not like text and stuff. Like it's more like more narrative, more storyline based quests with lots of cool features. Also, it will be very nice, I think. What's more? Like many features, like every single feature in the game, I love this feature, but the most exciting ones right now, I don't have any like particular like except what I just described. It's a pretty like common thing that some days, just some moment is you just realize that that feature will be much more cooler to be right now. So, and that's why you shift the plans and make the feature come true more faster as you planned before. So some really minor features are also give the excitement thing that they could do like a little bit, but it could be really good for people. Like some minor feature, like stashes in the woods, like something not so big, but it's cool. So there is no such like particular thing. It's more like the whole process, like of excitement. Your excitement is like rewarding for myself. That's what I wanted to say.
Are there any plans to update the way the game handles money? Where if you have a money case and you drag a stack of 200,000 rubles into the case, it will just go into a new slot as 200,000 rubles, even if there's another stack available. So once you drag a bunch of money into it, you have to open up the case and then drag all the money back together again.
Yeah, I understand. That's a pretty specific case. I know about it. I think it's already being taken as a task for a long time. So eventually it will be fixed.
What about that auto sort button for the stash? How about that?
That auto sort?
Auto
Is
sort.
it coming? Is it happening?
Auto sorting actually was done. And, but
delete
like bugs, like many bugs with it. So we decided to a little like postpone it a little.
That's okay. As long as it's coming, that makes me really happy.
And you be able to like right click an ammo case and just say like fill, and it will just first in grab anything that
you guys
is
aren't like
compatible
worried
with
about
the
that
item.
though, that you're not gonna have like your own unique inventory anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everyone's
I've
like,
tried
that. It doesn't work.
I like Tetris.
Yeah.
You know, guys, you should like like little ideas. You should write you should write them for me directly if you want. So if you have you can get in contact with me and send your ideas. It will be totally okay for me. I will look at them and decide like is it good or not. But I'm always open for every ideas, especially on our social media and on the Reddit. Like I read and read a lot of like interesting ideas, and they help to understand like how the game design process flow in terms of user experience. So that's why I'm always saying that it's like a really important part of a development process to speak and have this kind of feedback about the game, because it's a pretty usual thing to actually see the feedback, make some notes, and do something about it, like change something, and make the game a better place for you. So you should like, if you have any ideas, like you should go ahead. Even thinking about like it will be a good thing to have uh like many like representative different kind of audiences, like streamers, top players, like clans or something like in the game, and to have like something like the idea tank or something, like they will like share the ideas and speak and discuss them, and it will be pretty cool. I think it will be pretty cool just for yourself, like to actually to understand can you invent something altogether. It's just like some kind of event or something like something like this is going on right now, because we discussed things. I did a lot of notes already, and it's pretty cool. And it's 3 hours, so I think we should.
Yeah, we can call it, dude.
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks
you
everybody,
guys.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Guys,
awesome.
The last thing, of course, like I was really happy to talk with you guys. It was really cool. I wish we could do this more often. And thank you guys. I will not say any more additional words, because everything understands
crying.
everything.
Stop
Yes,
crying. Go
I
fix
need
the
to stop
fucking
crying.
servers,
Brian,
dude.
Yes.
fix these goddamn
Yes.
servers.
Put your hat back on and get back to
So-
work.
Stop crying,
The-
dude.
The thing
Yo.
is, I want to like visit almost 140,000 viewers right now. I want to make.
Is that what it's at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of
This,
fucking
this,
people, dude.
they started
Jesus.
to they're starting to bail out. I need to make a raid for somebody. like,
Markstrom.
really-
Raid
He's getting a
Markstrom, he just
fucking
got his new
streamer
statue.
item.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
fucking raid him.
Yeah.
You sure?
That's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna raid him, dude.
Big
That's a great
congrats.
idea.
Big
Dude,
congrats.
Thank you
Oh,
for
fucking-
having us, and thank you,
Yeah.
Fair, for the good moderation, professional stuff. Thank you, guys.
Seriously,
Yeah, all good,
that was
man.
really good.
Yeah, you all are
Um,
fucking awesome. I love you all.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
we're
I'm
gonna
just-
go
I'm
host
just-
Markstrom.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
already freaking out.
You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
be. You
Good.
fucking should be.
He should be.
Yeah,
And make sure you give him a follow. He's a good guy.
dude.
For sure.
All right. Again, everybody,
All right,
thanks
let's
for
get up outta
joining
here.
in. Thanks for the
everyone.
awesome
Thanks for having
input,
me.
GG's, everybody.
feedback, everything. You know,
GG's everyone.
we'll see you soon.
GG's, boss.
See you later.
See you guys.
GG's.
Yeah.
Much love,
Fair,
guys.
are you already doing this raid to Markstrom?
That nice summit.
See you,
I
man.
think I issued the
Oh,
command.
that was
yeah.
cute.
All right.
Okay.
Peace.
See you guys.